Hello viewers, it's another bright day here in Lagos, Nigeria, and of course the program is the Big League Soccer. I remain your regular host Kozim Elegbede, and I have my friends here. Here is my panel of erudite analysts. I have to start from the far right, talking about Julius Odiagbasi, a staunch Arsenal fan. Julius, how are you?
I'm okay, it's good to be back.
It needs no introduction from the jersey he's wearing. That is talking about Kayode Ogundare, one of the very bold Manchester United fans who will brace any challenge, even in their most trying time at present. Kayode, how are you?
Thank you. Nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever.
Yes.
Okay. And of course, sitting right beside me is Babatunde Alao, of course, another Arsenal fan, and off camera, Baba was almost strangled for trying to defend what some Arsenal fans also here called indefensible. Baba is a diehard Arsenal fan. Baba, how are you?
I'm fine. Arsenal gunners for life.
Yeah, viewers, don't mind me because it's good to have the best thing about life is change. Okay, so and when you are down and all of a sudden you are up, you just have to be happy. I'm a Liverpool fan of nearly 4 decades, and beyond anybody's expectation, Liverpool are challenging for the title. But I want to start today's program by congratulating and appreciating Pep Guardiola. When he was at Barcelona, a lot of people said all his successes were because he had the template already. Yes, he went to Bayern his first season. I mean, yes, Bayern won treble, but he has broken a lot of records. And Bayern, they were crowned Bundesliga champions on Tuesday after 3-1 victory away to Hertha Berlin. Incidentally, that was their 19th straight win. Overall, in the whole season, they won 25 and drew 2. They have won the Bundesliga now in a record time with 7 games to spare. Julius, what's your take on all this?
I think it has showed again that Pep Guardiola is an outstanding manager.
You can say that again.
Yes. When he was in Barcelona, one of the arguments was, like you said, is because he has a bunch of talented players. He doesn't have to do much. And there was even a period where people were like, Mourinho is better, he has traveled around and all that. And this is a young man that have gone to a club that were already successful. And remember on the program I said, one of the big things to do is to manage success.
Yes.
For him to have gone to Bayern Munich and be able to still keep those players together and fired to get results shows that he has an outstanding features as a great manager. For me, I congratulate him.
Kayode, what's your opinion? I mean, Bayern, they've broken all records and still counting.
First and foremost, I think we have to look at the person of Pep. I saw the tail end of his playing career.
Yeah.
And I know he was a very, very outstanding player.
A very good midfielder.
Yes, although being a good player does not necessarily translate to being a good manager, but he has been able to transform from a good player to a very good coach.
Better coach even.
Yes. And for me, the most outstanding quality about him is the fact that he is never afraid to take change, to make changes.
Right.
Remember when he got to Barcelona, he had the guts to chase away. Chasing
yes,
now
the demigods,
the untouchables, the Samuel Eto'o, Thierry Henry, Deco left when he was coming in.
Deco and
Ronaldinho left when he was coming in. He chased Rafa Marquez, who was the standing captain as at that time.
Yes.
He chased a lot of players, and he also made two outstanding changes to the team. He brought in Gerard Piqué, who was coming in from United, into the team, and Busquets.
Yes.
And today, those are the mainstay of the Spanish national team and Barca.
Yes.
So over time, and when he went to Bayern, he did the same thing. Philip Lahm that had played all his life on the right flank,
or sometimes on the left as a fullback.
He brought him into the middle. That takes some courage to do.
It tells you the level of intelligence, the thinking man.
And the kind of numbers he has, I was just reading through some articles the other day, and I was so astonished. For example, he has lost only 14 games since 2009.
Can you imagine?
Over a period
Since
of 2009.
Okay, there was a year he had a sabbatical.
Yes.
But
Yeah, we take out
so
that
you can
year.
just say from 2010 till
Yes.
losing just
And
14 matches.
In that 2009, since that 2009, he had played over
14
260 something games.
Wow,
And
wow,
only
wow.
14 of those games.
That's
this season,
outstanding.
the numbers he has with Valiant are just mind blowing. 25 wins out of 27, 2 draws. They have only dropped 4 points. So I think
From 27 matches. Yes. You see, on the flip side, if you look at the German Bundesliga, Baba, obviously Bayern are the strongest team.
Yeah.
They are the reigning treble champions. So everything, for any coach to be successful. But do you still feel Guardiola had any challenge going to that job?
I think Kayode and Julius have said it all. I mean, he inherited a very good team.
Right.
And because he's also a very good manager, he brought his own
Ideas.
to complement what he met at the team. And talking about his past achievements, which we all know, so it's not surprising. I mean, like Kayode has mentioned, but I would still say that the German Bundesliga doesn't really offer much of a challenge to a
Because
coach,
I mean,
like
27
Guardiola.
matches, 26
So-
25 victories and 2 draws.
And that has to do with the type
Let him
of
come to
teams.
England.
So I want
Wait,
the
let him
Guardiola to
finish.
come and take over Arsenal's job.
I was going to ask you that
let's-
between Arsenal and Man U, who wants a Guardiola to take over?
This has
I
always
want
been the whole
Guardiola to come
argument.
to the-
But don't forget that, okay, I concede with that. I agree with that, conceding to the fact that, okay, maybe the Bundesliga is not as tough,
not as competitive.
as
As Spanish La Liga
or the English league.
but-
But don't
or
forget
even
that
the
he
Italian
plays in
league.
the Champions League, and one of the brightest hopes of winning the league this season is the Bayern team. Don't forget, he has a difficult much more than any other coach, because he's leading a team that is the defending champion, and in the history of the competition, nobody has been able to defend
Since
it.
it has
And
become- since it became Champions
since
League.
1992, and he has as good a chance as any other team going into the last 8 now. So for me, he hasn't
United
done
will
too
stop
badly.
them. United will
I say amen to that.
But sorry, before we take it away, I don't want us to quickly just agree that because there is no more challenge in the Bundesliga, that's why Bayern Munich are standing. I think one of the things we should understand that as a leader and a champion, that is something you will do constantly to maintain that leadership. If you miss it for 1 second, there are tendencies that you slip away. So the discipline, the culture which they've imbibed, I think is one of the things going on for them. It's even difficult to be on top.
Nobody is arguing against that, but what we're saying is that if like
the question, Baba, let me just ask that question. If Bayern are playing in the EPL, for example, do you think they will have won 25 games out of 27 without losing?
That's not possible.
Honestly speaking,
That is
the
not
way
possible.
EPL
I
even
can
this
bet
season,
my money
do
on
you
that.
think
That's
that is
not possible.
possible?
But you see, that's a scenario.
It's a straightforward question.
That's a scenario. I can say yes, I can say no.
With reasons.
Yes, I can say yes, I can say no. We have seen in the same EPL we are talking, there was an Arsenal team that ran through
went
the season.
unbeaten.
Yes. No, listen, there was an Arsenal team that went unbeaten.
That was how many seasons ago? I'm talking about this season. This season.
Please, sir,
This has been
please,
a very competitive season.
Can I say this?
in
Can
England.
I say this?
Yes.
The truth is, if the team that dominate the EPL, the Arsenal team, are in this season, we they dominate it. You see, we can't see. We can't see because they are not here. Exactly. But I just feel that era there was still a challenge, but they were able to dominate. I am saying,
Kayode, I will let you talk on this issue. Let's be very, very dispassionate.
Right.
Of course, whatever we say is hypothesis. Whether Bayern will come to EPL and win, or whether Arsenal of 2004, 2005, 2000,
dominate. Yes.
we dominate the way. You see, for me, this season has been the most competitive EPL season. Do we all agree on that?
Without no doubt.
Yeah,
Then, for me, it will be impossible for any team
Sir, without
to
no
go
doubt.
unbeaten, including Pep Guardiola's
Sir,
buying?
without no doubt. But
No,
again, before I take it,
sorry.
Before I take, without no doubt, what you have said, you are correct. But I will tell you, there are some things in the EPL today which on paper should run through the season without being beaten. E.g. is Manchester City.
Yes.
You see, because of
They lost second match of the season.
Sorry, because of the inconsistent, because of the lack of discipline. You see, when a team develop a culture of a winning and stick to I see a Man United could have done it.
Julius,
so that's just
made your point. Cowdy, I want to hear what you have to say.
I
on
will
this.
start my submission by asking a question.
Yes.
If with the embarrassment of riches that a Man City have, for example, if they go through the season unbeaten, will it be asking too much?
No.
This season.
No.
It will
But
be.
they are not the-
I think it will be.
Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yes, I think it will be a super achievement.
Yes, the kind of team they have on paper, looking at that team on paper, compared to other teams in the EPL, if they run the season unbeaten, fine. And don't forget one thing: when we say unbeaten, it doesn't mean they win all their games.
So there's some draws.
That they are not losing.
They are not losing.
Yeah.
It will not be. We will just say like. Don't forget that at the point this season, there's this favorite saying of mine that if you get beaten by a City, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Simply because we know the kind of resources they have. But like he said, and I 100% agree with him. There are errors. No two errors are the same. Sure. That same Arsenal team that went unbeaten 2003, 2004. If they are in this season, are you sure they are going to go unbeaten?
I'm sure they won't.
That's the point.
I'm sure they won't.
So the fact is, where you measure teams when you do comparative analysis, where you measure teams is where they have a common ground. This Bayern team constantly meets European teams in the Champions League, and they get the better of those teams.
I don't agree with that because the European competition is a one-off thing. You have
it's a different.
It's a different
ball game entirely.
You are
until when they start organizing
and besides, if you are talking of the German Bundesliga,
yes,
you can see the transition. I
mean,
so different from what we have in the EPL. The EPL from like 3, 4, 5 seasons ago is getting stronger. The traditional teams, I mean, there have been a lot of them are struggling now.
Yes.
So we are talking of a German team that which team?
Aside Dortmund. In addition, Julius, wait. In addition to what Baba said, we talk about the same Guardiola's playing the Champions League, but you are aware that they've lost a couple of matches in the Champions League.
I agree.
That's and incidentally against what? Against English teams. So that tells you if they are in England. The question I posed originally is that would Guardiola's Bayern go 27 matches, win 25 and draw 2 in today's EPL? Honestly, I doubt it. Viewers, it is up to you. Tell us, do you think if Guardiola has been managing a Bayern Munich side that is managing now in today's EPL, do you think they will have gone 27 matches, winning 25 and drawing 2? It is up to you. We want you to post your comments, and if you have not subscribed, it is another chance for you to subscribe and be sure that we're going to look through those comments. So whatever we say, nobody can take anything away from Pep Guardiola. It's been a massive achievement in the sense that Bayern Munich are not just Bayern Munich. They call them Hollywood FC. I mean, to manage that kind of mentality and bring out the best in them and then make them play now like the Barcelona of Pep Guardiola. I mean, it takes a lot. And within how many months? 8 months. I mean, we've just got to give it to him. He has really done extremely well. Now, we come to Spain. Welcome back, viewers. Our next port of call is Spain, and a lot of drama has happened over the past couple of days in the Spanish La Liga. Before the weekend matches, Real Madrid were ahead of Barcelona by 4 points. Atletico were trailing Real Madrid by 3 points. Real now, after just 2 games, are occupying 3rd position. Coyote, what really happened?
I saw the game. against Sevilla on Wednesday night. And for me, I think the problem was that it's still I think it's a hangover from the El Clasico.
Really?
Yes, I think it was.
The Barcelona didn't have any hangover.
Barcelona didn't play Sevilla, for example. Don't forget that in the La Liga there's an hierarchy of clubs. You take Barcelona and Madrid at the top.
Vigo
Then okay, they play Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo for me are like at the bottom.
Yes, you're right.
And so I think the fixtures also conspired against Madrid in the sense that they played a Sevilla who is strong, who are supposed to be in the
Iron Champions League.
Yes,
if I may say.
And Barcelona had a lightweight to play. So, and I think it's not settled there. Like I said a couple of weeks on this program that I foresee the La Liga going to the wire, and I think we might just see the first ever photo finish in the league this season, when the league might be decided but on head-to-head.
Real Madrid fans will not want to hear that,
because
against the other two top contenders, Real Madrid have inferior head-to-head records.
So that means if they don't want that scenario to play out, they have to keep winning their games and pray that the other teams will start dropping points.
For me, it's healthy. It's very, very interesting in the sense that we want competitive leagues.
Yeah.
The reason why a lot of people support the English league or follow the English league nowadays is because it is easily the most competitive league in Europe. Okay, so Spain, you now have 3 teams or even 4 teams who could vie for the title, and this season in particular, 3 teams have been justly, which is interesting. I mean, everybody's boring Real Madrid, Barcelona every season. So I think Atletico Madrid have added a real fresh year, and that's credit to Diego Simeone, another young coach, and possibly another candidate to succeed Moyes at Manchester United. Julius, what do you say?
Well, he has done well for the team, Atletico Madrid. They've really showed they are capable to really disrupt the structure.
I want to ask you,
Spanish league.
After El Clasico, Ronaldo, Sergio Ramos, they said all sort of things about, hey, why there's some forces conspired against them to allow Barcelona to win.
Well, the players can sit back and say that. I mean, they are free to.
What do you think? To
hear their opinion. In my opinion, I saw that game, and I think for the I don't want to use the word nonsense behavior of Sergio Ramos, which he committed a foul, which was a true foul, and he got his matching orders. And for the rash tackle of Alonso, which for me, that should not be a tackle, that should just be, I mean, come on, you could have just fend the player off and then take the ball off him. And so those are the 2 decisions. And the penalty they got was not a penalty. The box. So what are they not saying is it's a conspiracy? I think the Madrid team should sit down and think if they only want to.
Sorry, I think they are still suffering from the hangover of the Mourinho years. When the things are not going well for you,
the word is against them.
Yes, the word is always against them.
He has succeeded implanting that in their mind. So they always.
It's always like
good thing.
For me, it's not surprising because I think I predicted that Barcelona is going to beat them.
It's like you were the only person who predicted that.
So, and I think it has come to pass.
Yes, but he predicted that Arsenal were going to beat
Chelsea.
Get a draw.
Get a draw against Chelsea. So that nullifies you would have won the title of the chief pundit. So I think that title still rests with Cowley. He conveniently predicted that Man United were going to lose against Man City, and I mean. So we'll give it to you. You are very courageous.
Long may I continue to play.
Who are beating Manchester United?
Who are we playing next?
Who are beating Manchester United next?
Whoever is playing us next.
It's not funny because yes, we're talking about the big league matches in England this weekend, and the big matches there are Arsenal at home at the Emirates Stadium against rampaging Manchester City, and Liverpool also hosting Tottenham Hotspur. Incidentally, like we had over the weekend, that's a top 4 hopeful against title hopeful. Talking about those 2 matches, Liverpool are hoping to break their 24-year title drought, while City are almost everybody's favorite to win the title. Both of them are playing against Arsenal and Tottenham, whose best hope, it seems now, is just to finish in the top 4.
Fourth position, not top 4 now.
Not even top 4. Fourth position. Julius, let's start from you. Arsenal against Manchester City.
Arsenal against Manchester City. I don't see anything happening in terms of Arsenal posing a challenge.
Hello, are you saying City are going to walk to the 3 points?
As a matter of fact, City will pick up the points. That's
wow.
All, yes, in my opinion, City will pick up the point because they got the momentum. They understand what they want right now. They are already out of the Champions League, and they know with what we have said before, with the kind of player they have in there, they should be able to go through this season without even being beaten.
Great.
So they will pick the 3 points, in my opinion.
So, Coyote, do you toe that line?
Seriously?
Just simple, before I go to the question I really want to ask you, do you agree with him that City will walk away with the points?
No. If I'm not saying City may not get the points, but they have to work for it.
They will have to work for it. Why do you say so?
Fine. We said something a couple of weeks back here that for all their imperfections and shortcomings, Arsenal have this tendency to always fight back when their backs are against the wall. Fine, we didn't see it
that against
Swansea, and that now puts a bigger burden on the team against a City, and games don't get bigger than Manchester City. So you expect them to give it their best. Unfortunately, Arsenal's best will not be enough against City. But I can assure you, if City takes the 3 points on Saturday, they would have ended.
It wouldn't be as easy as they had at Old Trafford.
It would not even be as easy as Chelsea against Arsenal.
Oh, that was an accident. Yeah, Wenger would tell you that was an accident.
No, seriously.
Baba, as an Arsenal fan, what is your position if at the end of the day, Arsenal could only finish 4th and they couldn't even win the FA Cup? Do you think it's time for Arsene Wenger to take a walk?
Of course, it will be time for him to take a walk if he can't get the FA Cup trophy this time. But as regards the league, I think if you want to look at it from last season, I think Arsenal has overachieved because last season it was on the last day that we got
the
top 4. So the idea was that with Tottenham buying so many players and it's Arsenal that's going to be,
I get where you're coming now.
It's Arsenal that's going to drop out of the top 4.
But it is not certain yet. You still have 7 matches to go.
Against all expectation, Arsenal led the table for several months.
As usual in recent past.
So, and unfortunately, like we've always had it, injuries set into your key players, and we are now struggling. And
every team suffered injuries.
Fine.
It's no excuse.
So what I'm saying now is that if we get to the top 4, we are still, Arsenal will have...
If City defeated Arsenal on Saturday, how would that impact on their top 4 ability? Because remember, Arsenal still have to visit Everton. And Everton too are an outside bet for a top 4.
Of course.
So if City...
I don't think Wenger is not new to fighting to get into the top 4. So I think if you can't get to
somebody joked off camera, and that somebody is crowding. He said, "Let Arsene Wenger Arsenal let them contest top 4, the 4th position against teams like Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid. That no matter what, Arsenal will win that 4th position."
Yes, because it is a fact which over the years has come to stay.
Exactly.
Now I've seen it. I'm an Arsenal fan. I won't doubt that. But I've seen a team that is contented, is just going to participate in Europe, and that for me is not enough anymore.
Coyote,
the question I want to ask is, what is the minimum target that Arsenal sets every year?
We won't know that.
No, you know what? We can't hazard a guess.
Oh, yes.
Okay, don't forget that the minimum target an Arsenal side, Arsenal team will set for itself should not be the same with that of West Brom.
Of course.
So
it's not the same.
Yeah. No. If West Brom will get into the top 4 and they will kill a cow.
Yes.
But if Arsenal getting into the top 4 is now seen as an achievement.
It is their targets.
That's our target. There's something fundamentally wrong with the structure of the team and the coach himself, and that's where I want to agree with you guys that it is time Wenger takes a walk. Because if he doesn't leave, he will be overstaying his welcome and he will rubbish all his achievements at the club.
I will support Wenger taking a walk if they didn't win the FA Cup.
So if he wins the FA Cup, he gets stays of execution. He gets stay of execution.
But sorry, even if he wins the FA Cup, it's not enough an achievement. Now,
so he should take a walk.
He should take it because I cannot support.
Do you want to swap places with a Man United team that won the league last season?
Arsenal will not get a Julius, Arsenal will not get David Moyes to succeed Wenger.
Please, but yes or no? Sorry, please. Why do we say this? Why am I? Each time I have to look inward and look at myself and look at my shortcoming. Do I have to now look at my side and say, okay, these people are not better than me? I don't like that. But see, Arsenal have gone to a stage right now where, for crying out loud, which for the man that has been, I won't say a problem, that have dominated the EPL, has left. Now, the man that should follow, that should dominate, for crying out loud. So if Asavenga still play like this, people come from the back door. I mean, Pellegrini is here and they are going to be winning the league. Mourinho came back and now he's above us now, and now we're trashed by this team. Not only trashed, he was insulted and be trashed. And now tell me my coach I should support a coach that win an FA Cup, for crying out loud. As a winger, for me, it should work because the plan he has for that team, I don't like.
You have made your point, Baba. What's your point?
What I'm trying to say is that look, we are all passionate about Arsenal, and we are both fans, but let's be realistic. From what has been happening in the past, this season we have seen Wenger. He didn't sell most of his players.
Because no one to buy.
And he brought in an addition of Ozil. Mm-hmm. So I think, and it shows when all those players at the beginning.
Nobody wants to buy anybody. That's why we didn't sell.
So what I'm looking at is that's why I said if he managed to win the FA Cup this season, and he can keep the bulk of these players for next season, Arsenal, contend for the title.
If you had wanted to sell a player this season, which player would have?
Nobody wants to buy any of them.
Nobody.
That's why.
I don't agree with that.
The only bright spot in your team, which
it's not even bright.
Poskos gave a very, very damning condemnation of
grown.
And I agree that he stopped growing at 17. And that's a fact. You and I know the guy stopped growing at 17.
And you know why? Because there was nobody to look. There is no leader.
Wait, Baba, if we were to subject this to polls, you have been outpolled 2-1. Sincerely, I am not an Arsenal fan, but I think Wenger has a big legacy at Arsenal, and for fear of rubbishing that, even if he wins the FA Cup, I think he should take it. That is my opinion.
But the fact that he's not been winning trophies for 9 years, so if he
doesn't make him a bad coach. It doesn't make him a bad coach. It doesn't mean he's not a very awesome coach. Forget whatever Mourinho said about specialist failure or whatever. It doesn't change the fact that he's Arsenal's best coach ever.
It has been established. It has been established. And when you get to a point, even in your career, you get to a point.
Gentlemen, please. When I said that, I look beyond this season. Why? Because, like Julius rightly said, look at Arsenal against their so-called contemporaries.
Yeah.
They lost most scandalously.
Woefully. 17 goals in 3 games.
Against City, it was sad. Mm-hmm. And we don't know what was going to happen this weekend. Against Liverpool, it was terrible. And then against Chelsea, it was awful.
Against United,
as bad as every big team defeated.
Got their pound of flesh.
Arsenal got only 1 point out of 6.
They got their pound of flesh.
Man United has been excuse me for a very long time.
Excuse me, will you excuse me, please? United have been. What about Liverpool?
They've been beating Liverpool. For how many years Liverpool did not win?
It tells me something about a coach who appears to have lost it or to have lost touch with reality. And that is why I want him in his own interest to take a walk. I don't want to see a situation whereby some fans, like they were ready to beat Moyes, or even tried to stone Alex Ferguson with everything he has achieved. I wouldn't want that to happen to Arsene Wenger. Gentlemen, let's go to another big match in England.
But lastly, before you say that, if you are now putting all the blame on Wenger, but you forgot that Wenger is playing to type with what the management of that club wants.
If Arsenal's management wants Wenger to remain, good luck to them. Liverpool play Tottenham And Baba, you should be interested in that match because Tottenham are one of the teams contesting top 4 with Arsenal. Not even top 4 now, like how they said, 4th position with Arsenal. So, fairness, honestly, how do you think that game will go?
I think the game is for Liverpool to lose. I mean,
Why?
the momentum with
Why?
Liverpool now, I don't see Tottenham stopping them.
Liverpool struggled against Sunderland midweek.
It doesn't matter. But when it comes to big team, playing against big team, Sunderland will come to play against what do you call it, Liverpool side, knowing that this is a bigger team and the strand.
Fine.
But we are talking of a Tottenham team now that will be coming into a game that I think we have a chance against Liverpool, and that's going to be their undoing.
Okay, Kayode, if you were Rodgers, Steven Gerrard, very key player for Liverpool, is on 9 yellow cards. What will you be telling him? Because if he gets the 10th, he's going to miss 2 games, and those 2 games will definitely include one of the other big teams, either Man City or Chelsea.
I would have told him to take things easy. If either of those big games that you said will award more points than 3.
Okay.
If I get a 3 point for beating Norwich and a 3 point for beating Man City, I will let him go. I know it's easier to win the Spurs game than the City game, for example. So I will let him lose on Spurs.
But if he gets the yellow card against Spurs, that means he's going to miss City and West Ham.
Yes. It's better that we are being hypothetical here. He might not get a card, but even if he goes ahead to get it, as long as he delivers on the pitch, we get the 3 points. We can live with the
manage without him.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Julius, Liverpool, Arsenal. Apart from Suarez, Liverpool. Take 2. Liverpool, Tottenham. The first leg was 5-0. That was another accidental result. Now, apart from Sturridge and Suarez, which players on Liverpool side do you think can really rise? Because but for Gerrard against Sunderland, that game could have ended either way.
Yes.
So
I saw that game. I saw it late, and one of the things I observed fatigue from some of the players, particularly in the striking area. Off camera, I was saying I saw Suarez a one-on-one, and Suarez would have talked that away. That defender would just be left-handed.
Even Sturridge.
Yes. So but I saw fatigue, but again, Raheem Sterling came in second half in that game. I think if I were Rodgers, I think I want to start him
against Spurs.
Yes, I want to start him because. And then maybe put Sturridge on the bench coming in the second half, because you now need to manage those players to get the best out of them. You are getting to the home dry of the season, and fatigue is setting in. So you must know how to bring them in for maybe 45 minutes. Maybe they can.
In your opinion,
Raheem Sterling should be able to.
What's your verdict for the game?
Whatever happens, Liverpool will take that game.
Wow, Kayode, your own verdict?
Yeah, I agree.
I hope you guys.
I will tell you why.
I'll
tell you why I agree. Liverpool, Tottenham, over the course of the season, we've seen them freeze against the big teams.
Just like Arsenal.
Just like Arsenal. So I expect, like in the first game against Liverpool, they considered the goal very, very early.
The game that got AVB fired.
Yes. So for me, I think I haven't seen any reason to change my opinion that against Liverpool on Sunday again, they're still going to freeze again, because it's been. I think they got points against only United, and tell me who doesn't get points against United?
Even Arsenal
got one. So for me, you cannot use United as a yardstick against any of the big teams now. So I think they are going to freeze again against Liverpool, and with the kind of Liverpool have a lot going for them now. They're scoring for fun, and I think they will win the game.
Viewers, thank you so much for watching. It's been the Big League Soccer, and we've had nice time here. We do hope you also did. Baba, Kayode, and Julius, thanks so much for being part of the program.
It's a pleasure.
Guys, till next week when we reconvene here to review big league matches around Europe. It's me, Kozim Elegbede, saying have a nice weekend.